We are live. Welcome back, beautiful people. This is another episode of All About Polygon. I am your host, Marlon. We've taken the last couple weeks off, all good. Life's been busy. We're making moves out here. But yeah, we back today discussing all things Polygon. And I think this is episode 8. I think we're on 8. So we need to hurry up, start hitting these double digits because we lacking. But again, what's up, y'all? Welcome, everybody. Crypto world is, we're seeing downs, everything. Everything been kind of ranging the last couple of weeks. Today we seen a nice little pop up across all boards. But enough with all that. We do want to cover some things with Polygon. So let's go ahead, and you already know how we do. We're gonna go straight to the site. Let me share my screen. Where are we at? All right, cool. So right at the top, it's been up here for a couple weeks now, but Polygon ID, Polygon, and Polygon DAO is now live. So what is this Polygon ID? Let's take a look what's going on here. My bad, y'all. Trying to get shit situated. Okay. All right, boom. All right, so Polygon ID, Polygon DAO integration launches to create new ZK-based governance frameworks. So what does this entail? Private identity check for DAOs. So today, and what was the timestamp on this? So this is almost a month ago, June 22nd, 2022. Today, or that day, they launched the first iteration of Polygon ID, a private and self-sovereign identity solution powered by zero-knowledge cryptography. And again, if you have seen any episodes or haven't seen any of our past episodes with All About Polygon, we did cover ZK rollups as part of the Polygon scaling solutions, I think around episode 4, maybe episode 3 or 4, somewhere around there. But to start, Polygon ID enables a whole host of features previously inaccessible to DAOs. It will be integrated with Polygon DAO beginning today and many more DAOs to come. So what is this? What is this Polygon ID? They see that we got a little visualization here. So let's read their introduction. So too often we're forced to trade personal data for access to the most basic services on the web. At the same time, developers need ways to ensure that their users are interacting with other real users on the platform they participate in, among many other identity-based needs. Polygon ID puts users in complete control of their digital identity, allowing them to prove specific aspects of their identity without revealing any personal information. And as you see up here, for the visualization, Polygon ID flips the internet trust model. The current model, users are forced to hand over all their data to an application. And as you know, when you log into, when you download an app for the first time and your phone asks you, hey, do you want to allow this application to access certain permissions, whether it be your location, your name, address, date of birth, phone number, whatever the case, it's all your personal information that they're asking to share with this application for you to use it. And as you see over here for the Polygon ID model, company requests info, user selects info, gives it to a ZK proof, which then fulfills the request on behalf of the user. So as you can see here, we have our user at the top, the selected claims, which is the information that they want to select, which goes into the Polygon ID. This generates a verifiable ZK proof. And remember, with ZK proofs here, it's essentially taking a cluster of data and rolling it up into a single batch that is then implemented in on the blockchain, and is then validated on the blockchain. Sorry, I've been had a long weekend, but so essentially that's what the ZK does. And so going back to the model, the user selects the claims, their identity claims that they want to verify, which goes into the Polygon ID, generates the ZK proof, which is sent to the organization, which is essentially saying, yes, this person meets the criteria for this age or whatever case may be, or no, but they're not seeing that actual data. So if we scroll down, we see again, user submits their data to the organization to gain access. With this, it's with Polygon ID, it's using selective disclosure. Users chooses what they want to share and gives, users choose what they want to share, gives directly to the company. So my bad. So this is still, so this is almost how it is now. Sorry, I was giving ahead of myself. With selective disclosure, this is what we see now when you go to a website and the website asks you, hey, we track these cookies, we have these cookies, do you agree to all of these? You can never uncheck the strictly necessary cookies, which was your IP address and things like that, certain stuff that a website has to needs in order for you to gain access to the site. But if you don't want them to track your data for marketing purposes, then you don't have to provide that. So that's what the selective disclosure is. And that's actually kind of new because I really didn't start seeing those until really maybe right before COVID. So I'd say, no more than 3 years ago, we really started, getting those selective disclosures on websites and applications. And then here we see Polygon ID model. So users own their data and can share it selectively for question specific verification. So as you see here, organization, they ask a question, how old are you? So I select that, hey, I own my data. I own the date that my birthday is. You don't need to know that. So I select that, which goes into the Polygon ID model. Again, you have the verifiable not ZK proof is generated for the specific, for question specific verification. And let me see here. There was something specific in here I wanted to address. So Polygon ID allows for the expression of identity attributes as claims that can be used to generate a ZK snark proof to privately interact with smart contracts, dApps, Web3 services, and other identities in order to prove aspects of the identity without giving away any personal identity. And that's the key right here for this whole Polygon ID. So you're confirming your identity without actually giving away that information. And I think that's pretty huge. I've actually worked in the make sure I'm make sure I'm choice with my words, but I've worked actually with data, with people's private data in my actual career, and you would be surprised about the amount of companies that companies you don't even hear about. You hear about the Equifaxes, the TransUnion, Experian, Credit Karma, and Credit Karma is really just a subsidiary company that gets all the information from these bigger credit companies. But there are a slew of risk companies that hold your data, collects the data from all type. They got your data from MySpace. They got your data from Black People Meet. They got your data from Match. They got your data from when you signed up on this website. They got your data from this voter registrations. So there's literally all these databases that your data is a part of. And, these companies check that. When you go to a job for a background check, what do you think they're checking to make sure that they can hire you? They're checking that all these county databases to make sure, hey, is his name gonna come up as a sex offender? Hey, did he get a felony here? So all this stuff that works behind the scenes, people don't think about on a daily basis because, it's just, I don't know, it's almost like it doesn't sit on their minds, but, not to ramble, but I think the Polygon ID, if we're really moving to a Web3 decentralized internet, I think this is something that's use case is very strong, has a very strong use case. And, I think for a user's perspective, it works because you don't have to worry about giving your data to a company that, hey, their database gets hacked, and now whoever the hacker who got into that company's database, they got all your information too. But if you're just verifying this through the Polygon ID, that company gets hacked, your personal identity is safe. So I think it's a great use case. So the Polygon DAO, they're implementing the Polygon ID for, let's see, in the real world, no more questions the value of voter anonymity. Blockchain-based voting systems default to tying voting behavior to public identifiers. So there's been no way to allow for private voting while still guaranteeing that each user gets verifiable, correct voting power. Similarly, there's been no ability to allow for participation in online governance based on specific user attributes without directly tying voting activity to a user's public wallet. All that changes with the ID. DAOs can now issue ecosystem-wide attestations about their members in a fully private and permissionless way. Consequently, DAOs can verify attestation about their users without the need to actually collect any private information, trusting solely the ZK proof and the source of the trust, the issuer. So basically, in a DAO, you have a digital conglomerate of people within an organization who have certain voting powers, whether it be investments, whether it be whether it be a trading card company, a DAO. They make DAOs for a lot of stuff, but Polygon DAOs integrating Polygon ID to basically, hey, verify that the member coming in is actually a member. Whatever parameter they need to meet for their specific voting power, all of that can be verified without that user's private information. So that's what they're using this for. But yeah, check this out, Polygon ID. Okay, and look, and Grail, is this the Grail where they got the clothes? He's got the clothes on. This ain't it. Polygon DAO work closely with Grail to create a scalable governance communications platform with Polygon ID serving as the main method of authentication to the platform. Grail would be a modular open source platform enabling DAOs and Web3 communities to enjoy gated spaces, a rich form, and unique discoverability. Okay, so this is something else. I thought that was the app where people be selling clothes on. So the Polygon ID product suite will be comprised of the following: Polygon ID native app, a set of open source user and developer kits to integrate or white label for custom applications, the Polygon ID platform for developers and organizations to define and manage the trust lifecycle of their apps, Polygon ID Connect. So yeah, so again, this is all new solutions being implemented by Polygon. Hey, we're in a crypto winter, crypto bear market, whatever you want to call it, but Polygon is pushing through and putting out real world use cases. So, just keep an eye on this and see how it progresses. Moving on, I did want to just take a look at Polygon and some other current news. One thing in particular I do want to jump through. So we're just, going through some of these headlines. We see Polygon partners with tech company Nothing to enable Web3 functionality. Polygon reaches first sustainability milestone by achieving network carbon neutrality. Polygon Avail launches its own testnet. So the term monolithic chains modular. Some more DAO stuff. Plant a tree with NFTs. So, I'm not seeing the news that I want. And if you haven't heard, Zay and King mentioned it on the Friday episodes of for Bitcoin Friday, but hold on, my eyes. Where's this link at? Hold on, man. So, boom. Polygon selected to participate in Disney's 2022 Accelerator program. So, as you've seen in the title, Polygon has officially joined the Mickey Mouse Club. Shout out to Justin Timberlake and all them boys back in the day for joining the Mickey Mouse Club. But as we see here, July 14th, or 4 days ago, Polygon has been selected to participate in Disney's Accelerator program to further Polygon's development of Web3 experiences. So it looks like it started this week. So Polygon is one of 6 projects to be accepted into the Accelerator program, which is focused this year on augmented reality, non-fungible tokens, and artificial intelligence. According to a statement from the Walt Disney Company on Wednesday, Polygon CEO Ryan Watt also noted on Wednesday that Polygon was the only blockchain selected to Disney's prestigious Accelerator program. And hey, that's value. That's a lot that goes into that. We all know Disney, Marvel gang. Disney been swooping up. They are ESPN, Marvel, just them two alone. Shoot, who else they done scooped up in the last few years? Disney been out here making moves. They taking a block. And as somebody who lived in Florida, in Orlando for a while, hey, Disney running shit. They got their own county. But so this speaks volumes to, I think, Polygon as a business. But with the Matic Price talking about, but your actual business use cases is what's going to keep a business going. You know what I mean? And the fact that they're coming on as an accelerator to provide for some of these Web3 services that Polygon, that we covered, are working on so heavily. It's going to be interesting to see. I wonder what the other companies are. Let me see. Oh shit! Look, it took the words out of my mouth. He added that being selected speaks volume to the work being done. I didn't read that when I said that, folks. I was just saying that out loud. Star Wars, that's what it was. Appreciate you, Gerard Covey. Star Wars is another big thing that Disney bought in the last few years. From LB Crypto, what's up, y'all? Where do you think it's going to top out at the peak of the run? 24. I'm not sure, man. I gave up when I never even really started, but I don't really like giving too many up and down predictions or top and bottom predictions for crypto. Space is still new, and personally, I don't really care about price unless I'm just trying to do something within a week to get some money. So not too sure when it's going to top out, but like I said, I think Polygon as a business will continue to rise. Of course, all depending on what happens with the Ethereum upgrade we're going to see this year. But now I think, seeing things like this, look, if I could just put money into Polygon as a business, hey, shit, I saw a little something on there. Not financial advice. But yes, here are the other companies. Two other Web3 projects were selected this year as well, including FlickPlay, a Web3 application that allows users to discover NFTs via augmented reality, and Lockerverse, a Web3 storytelling platform that connects creators and brands. The other companies include AR company Red 6, 3D virtual e-commerce company Obsess, my bad, an AI-powered virtual character creation company In the World. Disney's Accelerator program was first launched in 2014. The program allows participants to receive mentorship from their Accelerator team and guidance from Disney's own leadership team itself. Participants will reportedly also be provided with additional investment capital and have access to co-working space at the Los Angeles campus. Damn, fuck Florida, huh? The program will conclude with an on-campus demo day. Okay, so it's pretty dope. I actually never heard of these other companies, so I actually need to look into those a little bit more. But yeah, hey, Polygon part of the Mickey Mouse Club, man. I think this would be pretty dope. I hope they get a lot of great insight, and get a little bit more power behind them to make moves going forward. But yeah, that's that. So going back to the Polygon blog, one thing, well, actually before that, I did want to just visit their Twitter, and they actually have an event today called Polygon Connect, and it's going on. Well, it already happened, but it was today in Paris. It was a prelude event to the Ethereum Community Conference that's going on in Europe tomorrow through Friday, I believe, or through Thursday. So that's what this is. But the Ethereum Polygon Connect, mainly for developers, workshop panel discussions, doing some ZK demos. But I was hoping to see if any big announcements came out And as you can see here, they had some announcements about Polygon ID and the Polygon DAO. But yeah, so that was going on. So hopefully, well, maybe we might see some news come out tomorrow. Some people may write some articles, or maybe by the end of the week, to see if they announce anything special from Polygon, because clearly they've been working. Just want to just check into Twitter to see. Let me refresh and see if they put out any breaking stories or announcements today. And also, one thing I've noticed with Polygon is that they started adding the carbon neutrals. That's so they're going carbon neutral in 2022, and that's one thing that we'll check out on the blog. Okay, yeah. So it was like they dropped any. Yeah, no groundbreaking news or anything like that. Okay, cool. So let's check this out. So this was last month as well in June, but Polygon reaches first sustainability milestone by achieving network carbon neutrality. Back to Cointelegraph. No, I clicked the wrong one. My bad, y'all. I was about to say. So Polygon has made the first major step toward becoming carbon negative with the retirement of $400,000 in carbon credits, representing 104,000 tons of greenhouse gases, or the entirety of the network CO2 debt since inception. The milestone comes after Polygon in mid-April released Green Manifesto, part of its broader vision for sustainability development. The platform has pledged 20 million for a series of community initiatives aimed at utilizing Web3 to create a more sustainable future for all, including new solutions for on-chain carbon credit retirement. Man, these carbon neutral goals and things by companies are really getting annoying to me personally. You would be one, because carbon neutral is not saying we're getting rid of carbon. It's just saying, hey, the things we did added up to this much carbon. But even with that, we're going to specify which things we're going to count and which things we're not going to count. And then on top of that, whatever we're implementing or doing to offset the carbon that we emission, it's going to be some shit that it's not even like a immediate relief. Freaking companies are saying they're carbon neutral because they planted 20 trees in a forest on a weekend, and that was supposed to cover their carbon emissions for fucking 1/4 or something like that. Motherfucker, them trees not gonna grow for a whole another like 5 to 10 years, and baby trees at that. So I don't know. I've read some of the things with this whole carbon neutrality stuff, and yeah, you'd be surprised like how they even characterize and count things that are, that are things that emit carbon but are actually like included in the count, or not included, or that aren't included. It's kind of a yeah. But anyway, I don't wanna really go down too much with this. You can check it out yourselves, but I'm not mad at Polygon because they're doing everything they can to make sure that they get the sentiment from the public that they need to continue going forward. But I did want this manifesto, this green manifesto, a smart contract with planet Earth. I need like a bullet point list. Okay, so it's not too long. So what is it? So for their green manifesto, pledged $20 million. Yep, we already said that. Yeah, they bought $400,000 worth of high quality and traceable BCT and MCO2 carbon credits. Where are these carbon credits coming from? Polygon will then selectively retire the offsets within the carbon token pools that meet the highest standards for additional. Like Polygon is partnering with what's that, ClimaDAO, a decentralized collective of environmentalists, developers, and entrepreneurs widely recognized as the most high-profile proponent of facilitating the nascent on-chain carbon markets. Yeah, guys, I'm not too sure. I don't know. But yeah, carbon neutrality for Polygon. Woohoo! Shout out to them. So checking out some other stories. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Got a few people watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the chat box if you want. I interact. But yeah, welcome. All about Polygon. If you missed anything, we've covered. Polygon joining the Mickey Mouse Club and Polygon ID. Now just kind of looking over some other things. What's something recent they have? So Polygon Avail launches on the testnet. And this is another one of their scaling solutions that I think they have on their main page of the website. But so the Avail testnet is live. If we want the entire world to join Web3, blockchains will need to handle more transactions. Monolithic blockchains can't scale because they're asked to perform too many tasks. Execution, settlement, and data availability all at once. But if chains were to focus on just one part, the stack at a time, the entire ecosystem could scale to meet demand without compromising security or decentralization. So the Avail modular ecosystem, you have settlement. Okay. So the Avail blockchain, from what they mentioned, is basically creating 3 separate function channels for chains that do all 3 of them. So instead of that chain doing the settlement, execution, and having the data availability, these three tasks are split up. But how is it splitting that up? So it's a modular blockchain built to scale other blockchains. Avail is an efficient, scalable data availability layer that other chains can plug into so they can focus on the layers they do best, and is now launching on a testnet. So what I get from that is well, shit, if my layer is great for executing, then I'm going to connect to the Avail so they can do the data availability and settling, and I just got to worry about executing on my blockchain. That's what I'm getting from that. Avail provides a leap in scalability for the entire Web3 space. In the modular world, rollups and data availability layers empower the Ethereum ecosystem to scale like never before. Avail embodies our belief that a modular approach to blockchain design is what will bring Web3 to the masses. So they got a little video here. I'm not going to play that. You guys can check it out. I got my headphones in, so sound ain't going to play. So it looks like it works by storing transaction data from any other blockchain and providing that transaction data it holds is available. It's capable of supporting the storage needs of hundreds of blockchains at once because it is optimized to perform just this function. While the benefits of outsourcing data availability may not seem obvious at first, the impact Avail will have on the space is difficult to understate. Because other layers aren't required to store transactions that have taken place on their chains, execution environments can make necessary optimizations and more easily experiment with improvements. Avail will only increase the rapid pace of progress we've already seen in the Web3 community as it makes experimentation easier. Okay, so basically it's all about data availability. And, once, like I said, like the example I stated earlier, if I have a blockchain that I created and is great at executing, but I don't have that data available, then I can plug into the Avail, and for all the transactions that I execute on my blockchain, it'll all be stored and available on the Avail blockchain plugin from my separate blockchain. Looks like it's just going more into depth. So again, another scaling solution provided by Polygon. And one thing, that we kind of noticed, we're going to the home page just to look at these scaling solutions next to each other. We've covered the POS, the proof of stake sidechain, Polygon Hermes for the ZK rollups. We just mentioned Polygon Avail, the Polygon Edge for building public or private EVM blockchain networks. And this one, which I don't think we've discussed, a Polygon Nightfall, one of a kind scaling solution that uses optimistic rollups along with ZK rollups. It looks like that's in mainnet beta. And this is in development, but that's actually in beta now. Uh, so we see proof of stake sidechains, we see ZK rollups, we see optimistic rollups, and and we're seeing this whole modular framework for blockchain. So Polygon is offering, the same concept of modular blockchain, data availability, scaling, and rollups, in different scenarios for different use cases. Hey, Polygon, I like what you're doing. And again, I think the one thing that we need to see from a community standpoint is just longevity and actual, big projects that are working. These scaling solutions, like we said, they're in beta. They've recently been launched, like Hermes. There's not too much traction and activity on there yet, testing these limits that Polygon has stated about these scaling solutions. So it'll definitely be interesting to see over time, and we will keep reporting that. But we're going to keep it short today. Just wanted to hop back in, touch base with everybody. We ain't going nowhere. Crypto bear market, crypto winter, whatever you call it. I'm here. I'm Arya. I'm stabbing the knife. I'm stabbing the Night King, whatever you want to call it. Switchblade. Yeah. But that's all we got for today for All About Polygon. You already know, like, share, subscribe, check out the other shows on Legitimate Crypto channel, sign up as a member, join the Discord as a member, and get that masterclass. Hey, learn something while everybody quiet. You know what I'm saying? Make more moves, less announcements. Go ahead and get that, learn something, keep it pushing. But that's all we got. I'm your host, Marlon, All About Polygon.